This is part 5 of the Superion series, and this time I have Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Air Raid. Okay, welcome back to the channel. We are plugging on through with this series. I am your host, Dennis Moulton, aka GotBot. As always, please check out Machinery of Man. Take a look at my first novel, The Everything Factor, available now. And please, by all means, check me out across social media. More projects coming, still working on that stop motion. Man, that's a lot of work, but I hope for you guys that you enjoy it when it is finally underway. I'm not going to say done because there's a lot of seasons planned, but when it's finally underway. In the meantime, we will go on with the Superion series. Okay, if you have the G2 version of this mold that comes in the box set that recently was released, there are some minor different paint apps, but honestly, he still kind of looks like this. The Unite Warriors version still kind of looks like this. Some different paint placements, but the primary colors are still going to be white and red. And I don't care which one of those three versions you have. I think they all have their merits. His paint apps, again, are going to get a 10. It's, you know, it's Firefly. Yeah, okay. I've always thought that Fireflight's name was supposed to be Firefly, and they never got the original trademark for that name, and finally got it now. But nonetheless, all these years later, I think we all know him as Fireflight. But in Combiner Wars, he's Firefly. It is what it is. It's still the same character. The head sculpt is okay. It is not really accurate, but you know, it looks good, but it's not really accurate. The shape is, but I can swear that in the cartoon he actually had a face and not a face plate, so that's not right, but it still looks nice. Posability, playability for this guy, it's like every other deluxe class Combiner Wars figure. You know, the shoulders can go out that bar, they can go all the way around, bicep swivel, bend to about 90 degrees. We have a waist swivel. The head, you know, can look all the way up on this guy, which is great for robot flying. It can go around 360 if you want him to look down. You break the sculpt a little bit in the stomach using the combiner peg. Thigh swivel. Thighs go all the way out, which is beautiful. And we have, you know, a nice knee bend right there. Looks good. And I guess I should have these back for robot mode. You know, I think in all modes, whatever version of this figure you have, he succeeds. He's a great arm. He's a great leg if you wanted to use him for that. I'm using him as an arm. He's a great robot. He's a great plane. Supposability, playability, he's getting a 10. We get into transformation, and again, I'll tell you now, transformation is a 9 with this guy, because it's like all the other ones. This is robot mode. You simply snap his legs together. I like to put these down, but you don't have to. If you put these up, you can really put his shoulders way up, right up by his head. You can push the shoulders right up by his head. Flip the head back to bring out the combiner peg, and when you do that, his fists kind of go over little posts down here to hold into place. I feel like there was a bit more care taken with this guy for arm mode, largely because he's supposed to be an arm. Here is the hand foot piece. Again, it's a foot. You know, it's a gun, and if you flip out the fingers and put it down and, you know, flip the thumb in, he's a hand, and this is the way I will have him. He's an arm for Superion. You know, great shoulder joint out. I think it looks great. I think he's a great looking arm, and I really enjoy him. So we'll take that out. Oh, and I didn't point it out in robot mode, but here's his gun. You know, it's a generic blaster. I'm sure it has a name. I don't care what it is because it's a gun. Putting him in leg mode, I guess I'll do that next. Why not? You split the legs, and you split the legs. You collapse the joint. You collapse the joint in. You close the leg up. You close that leg up. Why is this leg not closing? Maybe I don't have it all the way in. And you take the legs and you snap them together. Are you going to snap together? Very peculiar. Why are they not snapping together, and why is this one not quite up? There we go. No, that's not there we go. Bring that down. And we snap it in. And we bring this piece down. Bring this up and snap it in. And there we go. There we go. Now I got it all together. And his arms, for leg mode, you bring them out. The shoulders don't go all the way up. Here, you bring it down and squeeze it on like you do with the other ones. Bring it down and squeeze it on as you do with the other ones. You keep this piece up. You keep those flipped in. I would suggest to you, you straighten out the hand-foot piece, and there's a little peg down here and a 5mm, or a little hole down here, a 5mm peg there, and it goes up, and there he is as a leg. I'll never ever in a million years use him as that, because he's not a leg, he's an arm. To put him in plane mode from here is pretty simple. You just flip out the tail fin, and I guess you can straighten these up however you see fit. You flip down his wings on the side, and then just like with everybody else, you take the nose cone, flip it out straight, and push it all the way down until it locks in. And I was hoping I could do that with the combiner peg out there, but I guess I can't. Which means I need to open up his legs to put the combiner peg down, which means I need to go through the hassle of closing his legs again. Like so. Like so, and why are you not working with me? For some reason I'm really struggling with this guy, and I'm surprised because his transformation is no different than anybody else's. This leg comes up, and this leg comes up, and they peg together. And now I should just be able to close these two down, right? Yeah, there we go. Let me take that down, put it in, and take this down and put it in. And here you go, here's plane mode. Beautiful plane, red, white, blue, gold, it all works off of each other nicely. Again, I feel like this is starting to get a little bit repetitive, and so it is. Up and under his wing, and his gun can go up and under his wing, and boom, there you go. I really struggle with his legs, and that's on me. That's not the mold, because usually I don't struggle with his legs like that. Usually his legs peg together very nicely, and I don't know why they did not want to work with me today. I can say this: sometimes you need to make sure that the collapsing of this joint is done very strategically, because if it's not collapsed perfectly, it will not lock perfectly. That can be a little finicky, but it's not that it's hard, it's just making sure that you got stuff lined up. And you know, like I'm doing here now, putting them back in arm mode. There, see, I kind of need to look at what I'm doing with it. You got to remember, I'm doing this on camera as well, so that has a little bit of an effect. But is he a bad mold? Is the transformation hard? No, it's not. It's all on me. Overall, his transformation is still an 8. It's not, you know, it's not hard at all. And you can see that just as I'm chit-chatting with you here, I'm putting him back into arm mode because, again, when we do the combined video, he's going to be in arm just as he should be. Would I suggest that you get Fireflight? Look, whether you are getting him as, and again, if you want to, you can hide that there. If you're getting him as the retail release, hey, go for it. He's great. He really is. You're not going to be disappointed, even though I kind of fiddled with the transformation a little bit, but he's great. If you're going to get him in the box set, hey, he's still great. If you're going to get the Unite Warriors version, he's still great. He is a great figure, and we now have an arm for Superion. We are inching closer, and we will move on with Part 6. And Part 6 is a figure that nobody expected to get. It is an online exclusive. So stay tuned for Quickslinger. Thanks for watching.